What up, chat? Two Dominics. Cool. Cool story. Get out of there, fool. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Sorry about that little technical difficulties. Chelsea is in the house on a morning. What is on a Monday morning? Monday morning is what I meant to say. Good morning, Chels. How are you doing? David, what's up, buddy? Profit. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How was everybody's weekend? Dr. Feelgood, how's it going? What's up? How's the dragon? This was our 1 week, right? So we got to actually hold our little baby bearded dragon yesterday, actually, for the first time. We did two little. Oh, what's up, bud? How you doing? It's been forever, man. Good morning. How was your weekend? What's going on? But yeah, we got to hold it. The kids had a great time. It it shit on us both times that we got to hold it, which was funny because it only really craps like maybe once a day, and like it hadn't done it like in the last 24 hours. So I told the kids like it will happen when we are holding it. So don't freak out. Everything can be washed. And so the first time, sure enough, lot of it while Bentley was holding it, but he didn't freak out. We got it mostly on the floors, um, that's better than on clothes, and because that just wipes down pretty easily. Um, and then the next time we're like, "There's no way it's gonna crap," and they just crapped right on Bailey's pants, and she's the one that would be freaked out of everybody, but yeah, she handled it pretty well. Uh, but yeah, that was yesterday for us. Good morning, Dylan. What's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, comfortable little. It's actually a female, which is like, we're still having a lot of trouble, especially me, like referencing it because it's called a bearded dragon. I don't know. Things with beards just always seem like they're male. Um, in Italy, they call it a good sign. Yeah, of course. It was not scared. It was having a good time. Um, Good morning, Plush. How are you? Bearded dragons are awesome. You guys are gonna have a yeah, we really are enjoying it. Like everybody is loving it. Super cute. I gotta send a picture at some point. I you guys, I'm on a hiatus from the Twitters and the Instagrams and all that stuff. So like sending pictures to people is just foreign to me now. Like I can't figure out how to do it because I don't have these apps on my phone anymore. Um, but she fell asleep one vertical against the wall of the terrarium, and it was hilarious. and adorable. Speaking of hilarious and adorable, you can pick which one is which. Good morning, gentlemen.
I'll take
Good
both.
morning.
You're obviously referencing me in both of those.
I'll just be the lizard.
You'll be hilarious, and Jason will be adorable.
You just keep describing me. Good morning,
What up,
everybody. Good morning,
boys?
Dom. Good morning,
How was
Ryan.
your weekend?
It was good. I'm a 3 on the energy scale,
Splendid.
but a
Jason, are you
9
talking?
on the
There you are.
my talk. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
Morning,
I'm a
Chels.
3 on the energy scale, 9 on the mental scale.
Okay. All right.
I had a good. It was a good physical weekend. I had soccer on Friday night. I scored 2 goals, y'all. That hasn't happened my entire life. And
Nice.
I assisted Kristen in our first ever couples goal. So that was.
Ooh.
Ooh, thank you, bro. Fitz. I'm assuming you're talking about me again.
Dude, that's awesome. What a win.
Saturday. What?
It is cool.
Sorry, Dom. I missed what you said.
I said, that's awesome. What a win. Like a couple's goal. That's like,
Yeah, it was good. Well, it was a team that was like they weren't.
you ever played the slow team?
They were a fun team to play because they were cool people. Like,
Gotcha.
I mean, we're all adults. Most of us have kids, but it was like a fun game, and there wasn't any there's no fighting, there's no like slide tackling, and nothing that would. Everybody plays with this thought in their head. They're like, well, we got kids, so we're not like gonna hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
But hard enough that we're sore after. Saturday, got together with some of my old teacher mates. There's 5 of us from my first school. 6. We meet up twice a year for breakfast, and that was great. That filled my people cup.
Nice.
Hung out with Andrew Pollison and his family, who has 3 girls himself. And they're getting older, and it's been like a few months. The girl energy is definitely like dialed up to 11. And then Sunday, I got to go on a dirt bike ride, which I haven't done in forever. 3 of us, definitely rusty. I felt lefty in everything. We were all kind of rusty, but it was a good weekend. However, with all that said, it was great personally and couplely. Referring to today's reading, that we are the toy for our kids, I did not really interact with my kids very much. And I was realizing that towards like Saturday, Sunday afternoon, I really didn't hang out with my girls at all. And I kind of started feeling that yesterday. So yes, good with a little bit of thoughts on today's reading. How about you guys?
Celsius. We are going to be sponsored by them soon. I wanted to say I was thinking about what you did this weekend, and kind of like the absence is a little bit, it can make things, you can be fonder of certain things, right? But I think the most amazing thing is that your girls watch dad play. Your girls watch dad do things. Your girls watch dad live life. I think one of the challenges.
Watched both of us play.
Kristen's not here. This is all about you.
Okay.
So just kidding. But I think that's amazing. I think sometimes our kids need to see us in the idea of the reading today. I think that they have to see us go play with toys for them to understand what they can do in life as well. And that's something I would say that maybe I'm not great with. So I think that's a great thing to. I just want to give you kudos for that. I think you do. I think both you and Kristen do a really good job of making sure you do stay active and social and all that kind of stuff. And I think that itself is a huge win. So Congratulations, Jason.
Oh, well, thank you. I did think about that. Yes, that, you know, the girls do see that we have other interests, for sure. So
Yeah. Dom got a new toy. I can't. I'm infatuated right now with Dom's love for this lizard and how he
Mm.
loves this family dynamic around it. Dom, I'm loving this because
yeah,
it's so it's a little bit out of left field a little bit,
you were
and it's
sending,
just making me think like,
you were
no,
sending,
yeah, it's cool.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry.
It's okay. There's like a weird delay. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere within the three of us. I know three is harder than two people talking about.
Yeah. Dom, I was going to say, you were sending some pics over the weekend. You were wearing a tank top in most of them. You're looking healthy, my friend. So good job with whatever it is you're doing.
Thank you, bud. Yep, I'm getting ready for Hawaii. So, and it's like the last couple of weeks of being like warm out here, or at least feels that way. It's actually cold this morning here by the beach. Like my version of cold. I know y'all got different versions. Um, so I actually have long sleeves on right now, which is awkward. I had to dust this little thing off and find it. 'Cause it's a little cold. But yeah, the lizard is the lizard is the vibe. I was telling my office mate Scott, like he grew up with snakes and stuff like that, and I was like, honestly, this was when I went into that expo and my wife was telling me like we could maybe buy a lizard. What's that?
That's you.
And you get noise.
Yeah.
I don't think that was me.
I think I was chewing.
Oh. It shouldn't pick up that noise. But yeah, it was more for me than it was for the kids, but everybody loves it, even the wife. So we're all happy. It's cool.
And you named your lizard what? What was it?
Spike. Mhm.
Nice. What are so a few things I picked up was you can only handle him for a certain amount of time every day, right?
Yeah, because it's still a baby, so it's more about getting it used to different things, like eating greens, over insects, and sleep schedule, and like holding time for, reference of being around people or being in and out of the cage. Um, I think that way, once it gets to like a full grown adult, it's not like a stubborn lizard that doesn't want to be held by anyone, or it's just like constantly trying to run away. So I think that's the point of like the smaller holding sessions. It's like 2 15-minute sessions a day.
Gotcha.
And I
And
just typed all this stuff into ChatGPT, and I've that beautiful bastard printed me out a schedule, and I was like, thanks, bro. Love you.
Ryan, what are you getting into? It's been a few days since we saw you on here. How are you?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, trying to hop on when I can. I need you guys in my life, and I also know Dom's taking some days off, so I wanted to make sure that I can get myself used to being here. What are we getting into? I don't know. I feel like I'm usually kind of focused on work right now, but we have a beach vacation coming up right now. We're talking about kind of like we're talking about like a renovation within our apartment. We're trying to see if we can take a step in terms of giving the girls more space. So we might switch bedrooms. So we're like talking about giving the girls the master, and then us taking the girls' bedroom, and then how that dynamic could flip, and then taking my office and like moving it into the closet, and then like shifting the closet. It's like it's a crazy dynamic, but it's a fun thing to think about with the family in terms of a new experience, new dynamic, all that kind of stuff too. So we're trying to kind of think about some future thinking, or taking a step away from trying to think about like a second home, and think about how we can make our first home comfortable. So that's been a lot of our focus.
Yeah.
Stop it. I'm not moving to Staten Island. And if Lauren never brought that up,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sounding angry. I just had a reaction.
Dom,
Paul,
chat.
Paul,
I'd love to hear
there is a Paul Myers. Hold on. I want to say there is a Paul Myers in our building, and so he gets mail, obviously, and I see his mail, and I'm always thinking about you. So anyway.
Ryan, one memory I have of like the first time we came to visit you in Brooklyn, I think you just had Sloan. And I think it was another apartment. It wasn't the one that you're in now. But I remember coming, I think we had Junie and Kira, I think. But I remember it was like the first time where it might even have been the first time where we both had kids. And coming to Brooklyn from Colorado and seeing like the reduction in space, but also like the lifestyle. I remember like we got on, like we immediately went on a subway and all that jazz, and was like, for the girls especially, I'm assuming this is what they thought, was like the way of life was so different, and your apartment was like packed and organized for efficiency only because you didn't have a whole lot of space. But I remember being impressed with the way that you guys had everything kind of organized for that with a kid. So
yeah, I forget which apartment that was, but I do remember you guys being here, and it was really rainy. But yeah, it is, it is a completely different lifestyle, and I always think about it too, and kind of like, Jason, you were saying that you didn't feel like you spent a lot of time with the girls, and sometimes I feel like, I've said this before, if there's anyone else kind of in the chat, where like I think Lauren puts together these plans like really quickly, or like that's on her mind, and just kind of like she's quick to kind of text people and kind of get things going. But it's the weekends, like this past weekend, what was like, not too much was planned. Sloane's friends were all coming back from sleepaway camp, so she had a sleepover with Sloane. So Sloane's kind of out of the way, and I got to spend more time with DM, which was great because we don't usually like it's not usually like just her, but I was appreciating, like people. I was like reading something recently, and someone said, "How do you live in the city?" Like there was a video of someone doing something not so great. So I was like, "How do you all live in the city? It's crazy." And I was like, "Well, I mean, there's like crazy things that can happen in like rural areas." But like this past weekend, I was like, yeah, no, this is amazing. Like DM and I are like, let's just go outside, right? Let's just go outside. And, within the idea of just going outside, we ended up rock climbing. Like we went to a rock climbing facility, like a rock climbing place. It's called Brooklyn Boulders. It's called the Bouldering Project now. We went on a trip to, we just like walked up the street. We went to like this brand new like park that had like different slides and like this new experience. And it was a really cool thing. We walked a little bit further. We said we're hungry. We got like, some like really good pizza. We kind of like had that experience. We like walked somewhere else. There's a toy store and like, but like, it's just, it's a different kind of thing where I have a hard time, thinking about bringing my kids up in an urban environment. I'm like, what aren't they getting from these experiences? But then like, it's these kind of weekends where it's like, wow, we really just like, there's so many different things that we were able to do. And I think if we did move away, we'd be like really upset. So it's, some of these smaller, these like weekends that I don't have plans where we're able to just kind of let life kind of like take us, and then we can appreciate it in the end. And I think the last thing I'll say is like, I'm saying this because DM's so funny. She's like 4, but she has like these like big thoughts. She's like, Dad, you know what? I think it's time to move. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I think I want stairs. And I'm like, all right, you can have stairs. And so we're like talking about it. And so we're just trying to figure, like, it is a constant discussion about like, should we move? Should we do this? And it's kind of tiring, but at the same time, it's like, again, these weekends kind of remind us like how special this type of moment is.
Yeah. The big thought I had with the page today was, and it's usually this. I think about this throughout the week frequently. And Dom, I'm pretty sure you can kind of join on this thought here, is like the point when the kids start to either ask you less to play and interact, or stop asking altogether. Dom, you have a high schooler. I'm assuming there's a big change between your oldest and your youngest. And like even this weekend, I was thinking about it. Like Kira like and her friends scheduled like a picnic. Like they had like a full out picnic together. which was really great. Like, had to drop her off in town. She was gone most of the day, and I'm assuming that's going to be picking up more as we go on. Is just kind of like out of the house things, and like Junie kind of goes back and forth between like, she loves having friends over. She had a friend over, and like they're loud, and they're here but not really asking us to play. Hazel sometimes kind of gets lost in the mix because like she'll see her older sisters with friends, and I would say she interacts friends at the house the least. So it's like usually me that she asks to play, which I'll always say yes. But it's the thought of the moving away and when that last time is going to come is it's definitely a constant thought on my mind. Like, it's not really, doesn't really necessarily make me sad. Maybe just a little bit of reality setting in. Dom,
Are you planning on moving away?
No, I'm saying the girls moving away. Like the girls, not physically, just like friends pull them away eventually, right? Like Bailey's got like a boyfriend now, so I'm sure that is taking up a lot of time. We're still in the friend stage, and at some point the romantic stage is going to happen where I remember when that happened for me in high school. I don't think I was in the house really ever, and we were just kind of floating by each other, especially like junior, senior year.
Yeah. Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'm like cutting in and out. But I can hear you. Um, yeah, totally. I mean, I think of that, I'm like reflecting on my weekend. Like I spent a lot of time with Bentley, which I usually do. Whatever he wants to play, we play. Um, the cool thing is he keeps asking me to go work out with him. So that's pretty awesome. The new stuff that I've been doing, he's obviously taken notice of it. And so whenever he can't find me and I'm in the gym, he comes in, works out with me a little bit. He's always like going and making up his own little exercises. And he's like, Dad, what muscle does this work out? And like I'll just like watch him for a second and kind of tell him. And he's like, and then he'd be like, I just want to work my abs. I want to get rid of this belly. Because he's got like a little kid belly and it cracks
So
me up.
he saw Ryan's abs, didn't he?
Yeah. And we have a picture of Ryan's abs just on our refrigerator. Um, so that's been a lot of fun. We hit the pool pretty much every day this weekend. And then yeah, the girls are pulling away a little bit, for sure. So just a little different. It's more of like watching TV, playing games with them. It's definitely like taking them out for meals or desserts. I tried to get both girls to go grocery shopping. Actually, I tried to get all three kids to go grocery shopping with me this weekend because I just needed to get something and like couldn't get them out of the house. Like so that was a little bit of a bummer. But I picking them up from school, driving them around. I think like after school snacks are like a cool thing. Playing music, like they love, taking control of the Bluetooth on the car and just for that 5 to 10 minutes to and from school, just being able to play their own music. And I'm not afraid of max volume in cars and just rocking out. So that's a lot of fun that we have, like with me and the girls.
Yeah.
But yes, it's definitely more limited. They're definitely, especially Bailey. She went to the gym, like the actual gym, not our home gym, twice this weekend, with her friends. Well, once with her, sorry, three times this weekend. Shit. Yeah, she was there Friday, then Saturday with mom, and then Sunday with her friends again. And Sunday she came home and puked afterwards.
Ooh.
Girls going too hard. But yeah, it's been good, man.
Yeah. I would love to hear from some of the people in the chat who have older kids too. That's always that's like the Davids, and who else has older kids here?
Not anyone here right now. Um, they
David David has older kids, right?
David, yes, yeah, David's got grandkids already, I think, or no, just married.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's a great one too. When you get when we were out on Saturday, our the Polisons, our friends, they moved into a new house. It was kind of like a little housewarming get together. No grandkids yet. Okay.
mhm.
But they did an upgrade. They have like a backyard and then like a park, like a common area with a park behind them, which is like kick ass. And they have trees around them, and but none of those trees are in their yard, which is like the win-win. It's like they don't take care of trees, but they're surrounded by trees, which is great. And my girls every day for the past 3 days are like, I miss our old yard. It's like I want some trees. So it's like this conversation of like moving has kind of started to enter our family talks a bit more, and nowhere far, like moving back to Longmont, which is something that has been on our list. But at the park, totally got lost there for a second. There was a grandfather playing with his granddaughter. So now that we're talking about grandkids, it's like, well, there is a point where you become the toy again, right?
Oh
Except
yeah,
you're a little
definitely.
bit more of a retro toy. Maybe you don't do all the things. Some of the parts are rusty, but you still have a lot of playtime left.
Yeah, I look forward to that time, and I hope that everyone else here does too. That like it doesn't end, and that you can restart it again with your grandkids. And also, like if any of us, I'm sure all of us have a reference of the grandparents in our kids' lives. Like I do for sure. Like my wife's parents absolutely love our children and spending time with them and being the toy and playing with them. My parents not so much. And it's very disappointing because, like it's very disappointing in my mind at least that they don't. That they don't make the effort, that they don't have the connection to the kids, and that the kids don't have the connection to them. And
Mhm.
like I think about like my reference point to my grandparents, like the grandmother that I have that's still alive that I went and saw, like I'm very emotionally attached to her because she was that grandparent for me where she would come over or ask us to come over. I spent 3 weeks with her in Arkansas one summer in high school, and I had a blast because she had a farm with all these animals. Um, Whereas my dad's parents, like there was never really a connection. It's like a weird thing. So please be that grandparent when you get to that point.
Yeah.
No phone, no chores. Oh, look, Brian, question at the last 2 minutes. What you got for us?
Good question, Ryan. No phone, no chores, just playtime. I always go to bikes. Get on the bikes, go into town, go to the bike park. Do my kids
I
want to do that?
miss
No, not always.
I miss throwing the ball like with Bailey. Like whenever we go somewhere and like a football or something comes into play, like or when Bentley was doing baseball for a minute, Bailey and I would step aside and throw the ball together, like the one or two practices that she came to. And that was like a last little rekindling of like, you know, her softball years. Um, but yeah, I miss that for sure. Basketball is another one. We like in the summer it's a little too hot to go to the park. So as it cools down at our house, we'll start going back to the park and hitting the basketball court because that was something I was having a lot of fun with Bailey in Brooklyn.
Ryan, how about you? What's the answer to your question?
Not sure exactly. I feel like my mind goes to some things that I don't impress me as much, but recently basketball has been an interest in both of my girls, and it's really fun to watch. Like Sloane has an interest because she sees other friends playing something, so she wants to do it, but then DM gets really curious about being really competitive with it. Like she's like, "Oh, I want to do this." Like it's really fun, but my girls are getting a little bit more into like not the gymnastics or the ballet or the dance as much, and they want to play the sports. So it does feel as if I'm able to, give a little bit more of my interest and energy versus just my energy, like almost kind of learning about a new style of something kind of to be with them. So, we've been able to say like, let's just get outside. Let's just go bounce past the basketball. Let's go throw the softball. So that's kind of been a new thing, and I got to keep up with it.
Mhm. Yeah, basketball, I'm not big on basketball. That was never a sport that I liked. Do you guys have soccer fields close to you guys?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
In Brooklyn with everything else?
There's a lot of concrete, but no, there's a few fields. Like there's like beautiful complexes like over in Brooklyn Bridge Park on the piers. They're just like they're big soccer fields. So I mean everything is like around us. You just have to kind of go. You have to plan it. So sometimes it feels like there's too many options. And you just have to kind of pick one and then just go. So yeah.
Ryan, are we doing a show tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Mountain time doesn't exist.
5 p.m. Mountain time. I think I might be able to jump on today. Kira's practices have been moved to Tuesday, Thursday. So if I can, because that's kind of dinner time as well, I'll see if I can juggle all of those. Do you guys have a topic for tonight?
I don't have a topic so much, but I am going to come in with at least two different, more recent parenting takeaways from events that have come up recently. So if you guys want to join, come in with like two things, and we can see which ones maybe sound of most interest.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Are we going the parenting difficulties route, or are we going the parenting successes, or just kind of general both?
We'll see. Maybe we'll bring it. I mean, it is supposed to be Dads After Dark, so we might have to bring in a little bit more of a spicier, more interesting, maybe more of a couples kind of thing. Jason did such a great job bringing Kristen in last time and everything, but yeah, we can definitely expand on all things parenting. So
maybe we'll swear a little bit more.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Paul, just seeing Paul kind of put something in there, but would swear a little more. But yeah, if there's anything that maybe we have questions that are coming up from people. I know that recently someone had Sultan out in the Middle East. He mentioned some like talking about kind of getting into the school year, but then also he brought like the idea of like fantasy football up, but fantasy football in the sense of like bringing dads and parents together, that kind of thing, which I thought was like, it was an interesting topic altogether. Like, how can we, create this community in different way, like different kind of ways. So I just thought that was an interesting thought about bringing it in. So I'm horrible at fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm not. That's so out of my. I'm not good. I'm not good at anything stats wise. I am the worst sports conversationalist. It's like once in a while when I meet somebody new and we bring up sports, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm not the person to talk to about football or baseball.
You're like, look over there.
Well, we'll keep developing an identity of.
Okay, so we're not talking sports tonight then.
Wrote my first book on. I'd love to hear. I love hearing. Okay, before we go, I love hearing people talk about fantasy football because they get really into it and it seems really fun. But like I cannot connect with it mentally, nor do I ever make the time to do something like that. So I always appreciate the conversations, but I can't make the time myself.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot, but it is fun. I think it's fun to get excited. I don't know, from an NFL standpoint, I'm like so done with like teams. I'm a Jets fan, So it doesn't really, just life is horrible when it comes to that. But it's the idea that like, being able to get excited for players and like like you're getting excited for somebody that is doing well and like kind of predicting what's going to go on. And, some point though, it does feel, and the NFL is moving to this, like almost like there being football every single day. Like that's, I think, their goal. But it's Thursday, and then you have obviously college football, but you have Thursday, you have Friday night, you have Sunday, you have Monday. So you have 5 days out of the week where there is basically football, right? And it at some point does feel like a lot. But it's fun when you have some money on the line. Again, I'm horrible at it, but it's fun. It's good.
Nice. I don't know if I said this already, but I would love to hear about Dr. Feelgood's children's book on fantasy.
Yeah, Dr. Feelgood, if you are available tonight, pop on with us. We'll put up a link.
Yeah, be good to see me. All right, I gotta go, guys. Everybody's up. Gotta go do some stuff and foods and whatnot.
See you, buddy.
Love you guys.
Gentlemen,
Talk soon.
have a good day. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone, for joining. And we'll catch you later tonight.
See you soon, y'all.
See you, boys.